I am one of the onboarding specialists here at Broadloom, and we are going to talk about invoicing today. Let me go ahead and share my screen. So we are going to start here in sales processing, and we're going to order entry, pick our printer. So there are a few different ways to invoice. I've made a few examples for us here. We'll start with this one with just a regular invoice. So any material items have to be job costed before they are eligible to be invoiced. To invoice just a regular invoice, we're going to go up here to functions, and we're going to go right down here to invoice. Pick our printer again. Now here we can either select all, or if you want to just select multiple items or just one item, you can. I'm going to go ahead and select all here, and then I'm going to continue. You also have the options down here to print and email this, or just continue with an email, or just continue to your print options. You also can change your print options here as well. I'm going to go ahead and continue. And now I'll get my little pop-up that's giving me the summary. This job will be closed and the invoice will be printed. Yes, I am sure. So now the system has generated my next invoice number. So when I click OK, it will then print the invoice and send me back to my home sales processing screen. Here is the invoice if you wanted to see that there. It does give you the invoice number, the date, the time, the previous job number, and the salesperson's name, and all of the information that was set there to print. So now if we go here to build our data again, we will see that this job will go away because it is now in a closed status. So that was just regular invoicing. Now we will go into partial invoicing. So I have tile here, wood. If, for instance, you have a customer that just wants to pick up one box, then we're still going to go to functions, to invoice, pick our printer. So here is where you can decide how much you want to invoice. So I'm going to click on my work quantity, and I'm going to right click and select partial invoicing. So when I select that, I now need to enter how much they are actually taking with them. If I just put in 1 here, the system will then automatically change it to that 1 box quantity. So now I say OK, and now it is automatically selected, and it's telling me my work quantity and my sale quantity to partially invoice, and I'm going to save that. So now you can see the system is ready to invoice this 1 line for this 1 box. And now the system has rewritten another line to indicate we still have 97.72 square feet left on this order. So now I'm going to go ahead and leave this selected, of course. I'm going to continue. My job will not be closed because I still have more material on it. Yes, I am sure. Now my next invoice number has been automatically generated. So now the system will send me right back here to invoice the remaining amount. If I am not going to invoice it at this time, they're coming in tomorrow to get it, then I'm just going to simply exit out of here And you can see we've got the remaining balance left on the job, and it is still job costed. So when we look at the invoice, you can see it's only giving us this one box, and this amount is due now. Okay, so that was partial invoice. Now we'll go into quick invoice. I'm going to go ahead and rebuild my data. So quick invoice also requires all items to be job costed. Anything that's invoiced will need to be job costed. So I have my quick invoice option here. If I were to unassign this material, my quick invoice option goes away. You have to have everything assigned, job costed in order to invoice. So now if I'm ready to invoice, I can simply go right up here to quick invoice. My line is automatically selected for me. I'm going to hit continue. And I do not get the pop-up. The system knows to automatically close that job. So then if I build, that job is now gone and in closed status. If I still wanted to see that, I could still go to my closed jobs and build it. So here are the jobs that we just invoiced, but you can see they both have an asterisk. All closed jobs will be represented by an asterisk, so you know that those jobs are closed. We can also go back into this job that we did a partial invoice for, and now we can quick invoice this as well. So you don't need to go into partial invoice to do the quick invoice once it's done. And that covers the invoicing portion of this webinar. Thank you for watching.